Hello again. So welcome back. This is part 2 of the God, AI and the Limits of Knowledge essay. What are the limits of knowledge? What can AI do? So the second part of this, I want to get into the definitions of technology and AI, and I want to reframe AI as something which is closer to what we're seeing as opposed to a single phrase. That'll just give us more context about what it is that AI is and how it can fit into our broad expanse of knowledge. So as we started talking about God and then moved into technology, about humans, I want to clarify the definition, the dictionary definition of technology, which is the application of knowledge for practical purposes. So in particular fields, you might have engineering, you might have biology, you might have all kinds of different fields. And knowledge is applied in a way to improve and grow those fields and to learn more and to discover more. And so when I mentioned previously that we have technology that revolves around, say, for instance, our human beings and our hands and our eyes, and essentially that type of technology is something that has evolved over time for us to gather more knowledge about the world around us. And so we've continued that process by using these tools to gain more knowledge about the world, to create other tools that then give us more knowledge about the world around us. And so we can say that now technology helps us accelerate. It's an accelerator of the attainment of knowledge for consciousness, for our understanding. If we look back at the definition of God and all of knowledge and all of that can be known and can't be known, then we can say that we're slowly, through the use of technology, gaining a greater understanding of what God is, right? So we're actually getting, technology does help drive that further understanding of the world around us. That technology helps us act faster, helps us learn faster, helps us as a humanity go further and go faster further. For instance, before we had like carts with horses, and then we had cars with petrol. Now we've got electric cars, now we have jets, now we have spaceships and rockets, and that is a self-improving, feedback loop that helps us get further, faster, learn more quicker, and know more quicker. Today's children know more about the world than most people did 200 years ago, right? So the next step is, let's define a little bit about AI. And I want to just clear the room here, start from a clean slate. What we're building is based on computers that process information to provide us some kind of feedback, right? So we train a network on data, then we give that network information that it gives us back, and that network, that information, the tool, we then apply that. So now, a question about that is AI autonomous? In the sense, AI is not autonomous. It needs to be trained, it needs to be handheld. Robots are somewhat autonomous, but the human, I guess, being is what actually turns it off and on, right? Turn it off, turn it on again. So there we've got that, right? AI, really what we're doing with it is not artificial in a broad sense, because to have something artificial, you have something that's non-artificial. Artificial intelligence, what is the opposite of artificial intelligence? Well, that's non-artificial intelligence. It's really, there's nothing that doesn't fall into that bucket. A genetically engineered slime mold is artificial intelligence. A human set of brain cells that are outside the human brain, you could say artificial intelligence. You could say that a human who's had, so where do we draw the line of where something is non-artificial and artificial? So I want to redefine it, reframe the whole definition of artificial intelligence in the case of someone who was worked in this industry of AI and machine learning, and I want to call it computational intelligence, because we compute from information gathered. We have a mathematical function that then feeds back and rewires the network over time to give us an answer that we find adequate. So we train these things, and we're trying to find a network that generalizes this knowledge in a way that then can give us answers to things that it hasn't been trained on. So far, we haven't been successful. There is no generalized network out there. And all essentially we're doing is we're creating like search spaces where you can type things in or do things that give us information more quickly. Computational intelligence is technology, again, that accelerates. The hype is there for us to adopt it, to use it so that we can learn and then learn more about the world around us and continue this process of exploring. Now, where we're going with this is a different question altogether, because no matter how much knowledge you get, the more you know, the less you know, because every time you have a question, you answer it, you have more questions about the answer. It's an endless cycle. There does not seem to be an end. And the technology is there to help us explore even more of what's around us. So, where does that leave us? We have a definition of technology. We have a definition of computational intelligence, which we refer to as AI, which we refer to generally as AI. And how does that help us understand what the limits of knowledge are? So we have God, a definition of knowledge. We have discovery, the process of gaining it. We have technology, definition of technology. And we have this computational intelligence. Can computational intelligence increase the limits of our knowledge? Are there limits to our knowledge? I want to answer these questions in the last part. I want to bring all these things together and come to a conclusion about where these things stand. And possibly we can cross that bridge and learn something. Thanks. I look forward to seeing you in the last video. Bye.